Starting your tax preparation business means buying a tax software. But before you can buy a professional tax software, you need an EFIN. Today we're going to talk about what an EFIN is, why it's important, and how to apply for it. We'll also talk about the differences between the PTIN, EFIN, and EIN. Let's get started. EFIN stands for Electronic Filing Identification Number. This ID number registers your business to file taxes using the IRS e-file system. The EFIN helps the IRS to track which authorized IRS e-file provider submitted which tax return. Why do you need an EFIN? If you have a tax preparation business, you need an EFIN. You won't be able to e-file any tax returns without it. The IRS e-file system increases your productivity and improves your client service. Why is the e-file system important? Well, if you prepare more than 10 tax returns in any year, then the IRS requires that you use the e-file system. It's just faster and more accurate than the old paper method. Another reason to get an EFIN is to buy your tax preparation software. Before you can purchase a professional tax program, you will be required to supply your EFIN. What's the difference between EFIN, PTIN, and EIN? Most tax preparers get confused with these IDs at first. Let's define each one. An EFIN is an electronic filing identification number. A PTIN is your preparer tax identification number, and an EIN is your employer identification number. You get an EFIN so your business can file taxes electronically to the IRS. You get a PTIN to prepare taxes for your clients. Lastly, you get an EIN to register your business. Both the EFIN and the EIN are registrants for your business, while the PTIN is for you as your registration as a tax preparer. So you won't be confused. Remember that an EFIN has 6 digits, but both the PTIN and the EIN have 9 digits. To learn more about PTIN, check out our other video and article about it. Links are in the description. Applying for an EFIN is easy and it can be done in 3 steps. It's done all online and you don't need to pay for your actual application. Step 1, create an eServices account on the IRS website. Step 2, submit your application online and include a fingerprint card. Step 3, pass the IRS's suitability test. It's fairly easy, but it does take time to process. According to the IRS, it takes about 45 days to process an application. The IRS takes the time to confirm your identity and reputation before granting you an EFIN. Why does the IRS need to confirm your identity? Filing taxes is a big responsibility. Tax preparation businesses handle sensitive information, such as your clients' names, social security numbers, and financial data. If you're planning to start your tax preparation business in the next calendar year, make sure to apply for your EFIN in October of the previous year. This gives you 2 to 3 months to secure your EFIN. When you apply for an EFIN, all of the firm's principals and officers need to be vetted by the IRS. Who are the principals and officers of a tax preparation firm? A sole proprietor, an individual entrepreneur. Partners, a partner who has 5% or more interest in the company. Corporate officers, the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. Other key persons, if a sole proprietor, partner, or corporate officer is not involved in the filing of tax returns for the company, the professional who does should apply for the EFIN instead. Responsible officer, the individual with the authority over the IRS e-file operation. All of them need to submit requirements and pass the suitability test. If, in the future, you would like to add or change the list of principals and officers of your company, you can update your EFIN via the IRS e-file application. Tip number 2, prepare the requirements before you start your application. If your company has more principals and officers, make sure you gather everyone's requirements first before you start the online application. Here's what you'll need. The most up-to-date email address, mobile number, social security number, personal account number, tax filing status, and last filed tax return. Before you can apply for an EFIN, you first need to create your eServices account. You have to input your most up-to-date email address and mobile number. There's a 2-way authentication process, so you'll be prompted to verify your email and mobile number after registration. Plus, the IRS uses email in all types of communication with their authorized e-file providers. Make sure you use your active email, so you won't miss any notifications from them. After you create your eServices account, you can start your EFIN application. Follow the prompts and input all of the data requested. This includes your data and the data of your principals and officers. Step 2, submit your application online and fingerprint card. you need to input your social security number and one personal account number. Your personal account number can be from a credit card, home mortgage loan, home equity loan, a home equity line of credit, or a car loan. Aside from your identity, the IRS also needs to check whether you file your taxes correctly. Do not worry about all of the personal information that you will submit. The IRS deletes all personal data after they've verified it. After you've submitted your application online, you need to undergo a fingerprinting process. Call the IRS's toll-free line to make a request for the cards. Be sure to do this within 48 hours after you submit your application. And as a reminder, do not do the fingerprinting process by yourself. You need to get a trained professional to do this. Contact your local police or sheriff's station or a local fingerprinting service company. You may need to pay a fee for this service. Step 3. Pass the suitability test. For security purposes, the IRS conducts suitability tests, which include FBI background checks and credit history. The IRS also checks if all listed applicants and businesses complied with the tax laws. How do you get the results of your application? You can check the status of your application through your eServices account on the IRS website. Click on your application and check the status located on the upper right part of the page. If approved, you can also see your assigned EFIN on this page. If your application is rejected, you will receive an official letter from the IRS. An application can be rejected if the business or any of the listed applicants fail the suitability test. And that's it. You learned all about what an EFIN is, why you need it, and how to apply for it. As soon as you get your EFIN, you can now purchase your professional tax software. To get even more information about EFIN or how to build your tax preparation business, check the links in the description. And now that you know all about EFINs, how about you give UltimateTax a try? You can download a demo of last year's software, or get a demo of the online version that works on any desktop computer. To get started, visit UltimateTax.com and click the free evaluation button in the top right corner of the page.